What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. I, of course, am JB. Today we're going to have a look at Chainlink. We've been tracking these moves, these impulsive pushes to the upside for Chainlink and its price action. How is it looking? Where can we go next? Is there still more to come? Let's get straight on into it. We'll start off here on that weekly chart. So the higher level we do have mapped out here of $19.32, the higher level of $22.22. We can see most recently on this weekly candle, well, we have pushed up into the target area. We have achieved a high so far of $19.79, and on the lower time frames, there is still the potential for this one to carry on pushing to the upside. So let's analyze these moves, let's break it down through the time frames and see where the price action of Chainlink is likely to go next. A very welcome back to you all. Thank you for coming back as always, and again, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, tap on the bell. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. The growth has been exponential recently. We thank you for that. Please continue to subscribe. If you have not already, please continue to share the content. If you have not already, it's fantastic to see this channel grow. We want to see it grow further, and we can only do that with the help of you guys. If we keep bringing you the content, please guys, like it, share it, all the usual good stuff. Enough of the plug. Chainlink, how is it looking? Well, as we covered on the intro, we can see that fifth wave move is well in motion. $19.32 to $22.22 is of course the macro target area for this fifth wave, and we can see it has ultimately been achieved on this weekly candle. But what are these moves looking like? Can we further analyze them and really take a note of where we could potentially see this price going? And for that, we will drop it down onto the daily chart. So as we do come over to this daily chart, we obviously have previously spoken about the structures. With this tricky pattern that did play out, this irregular flat correction that was nested inside of this fourth wave, where we did see the minimum requirement, the 0.236 Fibonacci level, was hit on this retracement at $13.47. Finding, a bit of support here, testing out equilibrium on the daily time frame. We did see the price drop as low as $12.20, and of course we are now looking at that bullish push to the upside. Now yes, we can take note of that stochastic position. We can see the stochastic is now looking to reset on the daily. The yellow line, the stochastic RSI, has now dropped lower than its average point, which ultimately is a bit of a bearish tell. And on this daily time frame, we are in the midst of looking for a correction to the downside, but we can see on these lower time frames they are still looking for a push to the upside, and this all lies perfectly with the analysis that we do have structured out here. So the moves within themselves of this fifth wave, where we obviously talked about that target area, well, we can see a bit of a bullish structure playing out here. We're looking at this five wave pattern. Now, for this to be a five wave impulsive pattern, we know the areas that we would look for this price to come up to test. So we'll take the 100% of this push to the upside, and we will bring it over to the swing low we do have here from the 25th of January with a low of $13.506. And we know that we will be looking ultimately for the impulsive trigger to come at $22.251. Now that would give us the idea that we would be in this wave 3 to the upside. We would then look for a retrace in its wave 4, potentially that final push up in its fifth wave, which, going by the structures we have just now, the minimum requirement would be a double top above the wave 3, but of course we can target that one out should we see the structures play out as intended here with that wave 4 retracement. We can take the inverse of the wave 3 to the wave 4 and target out that fifth wave. We of course will target that when the opportunity arises. So when we come on down to the hourly chart, well, we can see the structures of this wave 3 that are playing out within themselves. We know the start of this move obviously from the 25th of January at 5 p.m. UTC. We do have this five wave move within its wave 1. We then had a very short wave 2, and the wave 3, a very explosive wave 3, which contained a very explosive fifth wave movement. But of course we can see yet another five wave move. We then had the pullback in the wave 4, where we did see it fall short of the typical area. The typical area for this move, of course, is $16.93, the lower level of $16.37, but ultimately hitting the minimum requirement here at the 0.236 Fibonacci level, $17.65.3. We of course seeing the price come on down to here. We'll just grab this for accuracy on the 3rd of February at 3 AM UTC at $17.50.2. And of course, meeting the minimum requirement for that wave 4, we have now seen the 5th wave start off. So for this 5th wave push to the upside, we know that we will be looking for a 5-wave move to play out. And in particular, we will be paying a lot of interest to the white line we have marked up here, 22.251. That being the impulsive trigger for the more macro view on the daily chart. And we are quite far away from there. A push up to that level, well, you're looking around about a 18.17% push to the upside. Not unachievable. We can see the stochastic positioning. We can see that hourly stochastic has reset ever so quickly. When we quickly throw on the 4-hour stochastic, well, once again, we have seen this tumble on down back towards the oversold territory. This can continue a little bit longer, not a problem, but ultimately we will be looking for the curve to the upside, where we will be looking for that next push of momentum for the price action of Chainlink and bring us back up into the oversold territory. And in that idea in itself, guys, well, that would still lead us to target out the 22.251. Now, structure-wise, how would that one look like? There is the potential going on here that overall we have seen the internal count playing out as a 5-wave move, and that move within itself would lead us down the garden path here of a wave 1, a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5 still to play out on this hourly time frame. Now, of course, all of those moves would fall within this 5th wave, and all of those moves would fall within this wave 3 on a daily time frame. A lot of nested structures here, so we can target out a few levels here that we will be paying close attention to. Now, should this structure be the one that is in play, and it does look very much likely to be so, this 5-wave move we have going on over here for Chainlink. I'm just going to put these fibs on the correct places. We know that we will be looking for a retracement in this wave 2 on the hourly time frame, and that retracement will bring us down to the 50 to 88.2% retracement level we have marked out here of 18.613, the lower level of 17.758, and crucially what we can see going on most recently is the price dropping itself down into the typical retracement area. Now, we don't have to come down further. I would like to see the price come down further, but what we have seen going on here is a test of equilibrium finding support, a test of the 50, EMA and SMA ultimately finding support. My expectations would be to see this price come on down a little bit more, perhaps testing out the midline of this fair value gap at $18.23, then look for that next bullish push to the upside, where of course we will be looking for an explosive move in that movement overall. Now let's do a very early target for that one on the presumption that we're going to see a move down onto the midline of that fair value gap. Well, we can see a bit of coercion here. That wave 3 would take us up towards the target area we do have for that 1.618 on the daily time frame at 22.246. Then of course we would be looking for the wave 4 and the wave 5 to play out. So we can see these structures starting to nest themselves down. Very confident we are going to see a continuation in Chainlink's price action, 22.251 of course being the very key level we are looking for Link to push on up to. With the stochastics resetting on the hourly, on the 4-hourly, the 8-hour also in a very good position, I do think we still have continuation before we do see the bigger dump that the daily and obviously the monthly are looking for. Not overly concerned by the monthly just now, guys. We'll cover that maybe in a later date. So the hourly chart, we can see the structures playing out, all nested down within the wave 3 on this daily chart. That daily correction I do think will occur within this wave 4. Likelihood is we will come back down to this previous area of resistance we did see for that B wave of the irregular flat at $17.67 in the wave 4, then another push up in the wave 5. We will be tracking these as they play out. They may take weeks to play out, they may play out very fast, guys. Of course, we will be covering all of this off here at Cheeky Crypto Uncensored, and ultimately these are all movements within this 5th wave that we have been tracking for such a long time. I urge you to go back and check the content if you wish. Then from there, guys, the more bearish sign that we have to cover. These movements to the upside, although they have been fantastic, we've seen great growth so far for Chainlink. I think we will see this continue. A 367% push there or thereabout for its price action has been fantastic, but ultimately we will be looking for a retracement, and that retracement, it will be steep. We of course will be looking for the 50 to 80% move of that push to the upside. Now we cannot target this one out just yet until we see this 5th wave moving, but a very early target area we can knock this one out and realistically be looking around about the $10.65 to the lower level of $5.73. We can see that the weekly 200 EMA, the weekly 50 EMA and the weekly 50 SMA are all down within this area, and I do expect to see a good retracement in the market, especially here for Chainlink, and a fantastic opportunity to be accumulating for that bullish push to the upside. That bullish push to the upside ultimately I think is going to be a fantastic run for Chainlink. Now we can be very early and presumptuous with this one, but of course I do think we will be looking up towards that 702, perhaps that 786 Fibonacci level we do see here at $245. I think Chainlink has a fantastic future. I will be accumulating on this pullback within the wave 2. Chainlink is going to be a good portion of my portfolio. Chris has done a deep dive into Chainlink and why it's going to be very strong in the bullish market. I urge you guys to head on over and check that one out. A fantastic overall coverage that Chris did give for Chainlink. But as usual, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the content for today. Why not smash up the like, subscribe, tap on the bell, all the usual good stuff. And if you want to continue watching the content from the channel, I covered off AI altcoins I think are going to do fantastic well in this bull market. They are all surrounding one particular ecosystem. If you guys have not got too much knowledge on AI, on altcoins, you are looking for those potential 100x projects, this is a video you do not want to miss out on. Head on over and check that out now, guys.